Um, Hello, my name is Dr. Christian Lang. I'm founder and CEO of Operia. Today I will present you our Operia platform for market research and data brokerage and our PData token, which will become the global currency for payment of personal data. Let me start with the reason why we're doing what we're doing. The main reason is that companies globally need personal data to understand consumers' needs and requirements and to build better products and services and to better target marketing and sales activity. So they need the data to be more successful on the market. Today, the data brokerage market has an annual volume of 250 billion US dollars. That shows how big personal data and data brokerage is. Today, companies are getting the data from so-called data brokers. Data brokers are companies that are collecting the data from all of us and they resell it to companies globally by making huge profits. The downside is that consumers' data privacy, so our data privacy, is completely violated. The data is stolen from us and we're not compensated in any way. The good thing is consumers globally are starting to realize that. They start to protect their data and they start to provide fake information, what means that companies are getting less data in lower quality. In addition to that, regulation is moving in. In Europe, there's the General Data Protection Regulation that is protecting consumers' data privacy, but what also leads to the fact that data brokers cannot collect that amount of data anymore and companies are getting less data. So in consequence, the data quality which is available through data brokers is very low and companies are getting less data. So by looking at the current situation, we see that the whole model is broken. Companies lose because they don't get the data that they need. Consumers lose because their data privacy is violated and they're not getting paid for their data. And our vision is to completely change that. When talking about personal data, let me just give you some examples what I'm talking about. Personal data can, for example, be how you browse the internet, plus we have patented technology in place that allows us to understand where people are looking at when they browse the internet, plus what their emotions are. That is very valuable data for companies because it allows them, for example, to understand when they place an advertisement on the internet, is it seen, does it attract attention, and what is the emotions that this video is creating. So that is extremely valuable information. But personal data can be also any kind of data from wearables or smart devices which are connected to the internet. For example, I'm wearing a smart ring. That ring is measuring my activity, it's tracking my sleep, and companies globally are strongly interested in data like this. That means our platform will enable consumers globally to make money by selling the data they're producing anyway. Other kinds of personal data are, for example, how you use your smartphone, what apps you're using, and what you buy online. So all this is just examples of the huge amount of personal data we produce, and this is data that can be sold to companies globally through our platform. Another important point is we are also tracking the consumer's profile. Profile means the demographics, the income, the financial situation, and this is also data that is valuable, plus it's also important for companies because it allows them to target and get data from the right consumers. For example, one of our customers, BMW, when they want to understand the needs and requirements for the next BMW 5 Series, then they need to target the right consumer profile, which is typically between 50 and 60, owns a house, has a certain income, and then they want to target these kinds of consumers and purchase data from them. So this is why it's important to also have a very good consumer profile and then the amount of data which is related to it. Operia is a platform that we launched already in 2016. So it's an existing product. We have existing very renowned Fortune 500 company customers, and the company is profitable and makes $1 million revenue. Here are just some examples of the customers that we are very proud of. So we are very proud that companies like Audi, BMW, Volkswagen, Intel, GM, Nissan is actually using our Operia platform in order to purchase and acquire data from consumers globally to use that to build better products. We're not only building technology, we're also having 2 strong patents in place that are protecting our core technology and our core IP. One patent is about eye tracking, which allows us to, as I mentioned, understand where people are looking at when they're browsing the internet. Plus, we have a motion capturing patent, which allows us to, for example, to understand how you go through a supermarket, how you explore a big shopping mall. And imagine, you're just walking around producing data that you can then sell to companies globally through our Operia platform, and you get paid in our PData tokens. We are extremely proud of the fact that our renowned customers are not only customers, but also strong supporters of the Operia platform. This is, for example, Laura from Mercedes-Benz R&D. She uses Operia to understand how new features in Mercedes cars are being used by their customers, plus how they can improve these features in the future in order to build a better car. Laura strongly believes that Operia is strongly enabling them to better understand the needs and requirements of their customers. This is Dr. Remlinger. He's a high-level executive at Audi R&D, who's also on our advisory board. He helps us with the future development of the Operia platform, and he strongly believes that with Operia we will strongly revolutionize how companies are carrying out their market research today, and will have a huge impact on how products will be designed better in the future. This is actually a short video that explains how the Operia platform works and how the PData token is used in order to compensate consumers for the data that they can sell to companies.
We are building a decentralized marketplace for the secure trading of personal data based on the blockchain. A company can request personal data from you, like your web browsing and online shopping behavior for the last 3 months. If you decide to share this data, you'll get paid with PData tokens. Due to blockchain, your data privacy is completely protected. Even better, you can create an income stream by selling the data you're producing anyway. On the other side, companies get quick and easy access to high-quality data.
So this shows nicely how the Operia platform works and how the PData token is used. Consumers are constantly producing new personal data. Companies can buy that personal data and pay them with PData tokens. And what is very unique about our platform and the way we designed our token economics is that this leads to a very strong circulation of the PData token and a high demand, because companies constantly have to buy personal data, and in order to buy that personal data they have to buy PData tokens from exchanges and can use them to pay people worldwide for their data. So that means we have a very strong automatically built-in circulation of our token, which leads to a trading volume which is high and supports the value of our token. In the beginning we saw that with the current model both companies and consumers are losing. Now I'd like to show you why with Operia and PData token we are creating a win-win situation for companies and consumers. The advantage for companies is that they can get quick and easy access to very high quality personal data, because now it's in the best interest of consumers to produce high quality personal data, because they can actually monetize it by selling it to companies. And companies are getting even more and more precise personal data than what they can get from data brokers today, because we are able of providing them information about web browsing behavior, about wearables, about where people are, about how they browse the internet. This is all data that data brokers cannot offer today. On the other side, there's also a strong win for consumers. With our solution, consumers have full control over their personal data. They can decide what data they share and with whom they share it. Plus, due to blockchain, we are completely protecting consumers' data privacy. And this is one of the key facts and the key points that are very important with our solution. Plus, and that's the greatest one for the consumers, they can actually monetize their data and create a passive income stream by selling it to companies globally. So that shows that we're creating a win-win situation for both companies and consumers. Since we are fully protecting consumers' data privacy by utilizing blockchain in the exact right way, we are also strongly supported by the European Parliament, since we are completely fulfilling their requirements regarding consumers' data privacy protection. We are also supported by the European Parliament and one of their elected members, Daciana Sârbu, and I'm very proud to show you her support statement.
My name is Daciana Sârbu and I am an elected member of European Parliament in Brussels. I'm also a strong believer in the self-sovereignty identity principle at the core of Aperia and its P-Data token. The idea that people own their personal data and should be able to monetize this data as they, not others, choose. Therefore, Aperia and P-Data have all my support in accomplishing their project vision.
Let's take a quick look at the data brokerage and personal data market. The two biggest players are Axiom and CoreLogic. They only take data from consumers and sell it to companies globally, and they make an annual revenue of $3 billion every year. The overall data brokerage market has an annual volume of $250 billion and is growing on average by 13.5% every year. So this clearly shows where personal data is going. Plus, there's a very interesting quote on the internet that says, "Personal data is the oil of the 21st century." Let's take a quick look at our company. I myself, I'm holding a Master's of Science and a PhD in Engineering from the Technical University of Munich. I have a proven track record in entrepreneurship. I founded my first company in 2005, which I exited in 2015. The company was developing a software for the automotive industry that each and every car manufacturer worldwide is using, that each and every supplier is using, that big research institutes and universities are using, plus also automotive related companies like Apple, Google and Microsoft. Our CTO used to be a product manager at Siemens and leads software departments that design and sell international software products for more than 10 years. This is our software development team. We have 9 full-time software developers that build the Aperia platform. Very important about that team that it's actually capable of building a serial software product which is being used globally 24/7 by more than 100 companies. Being capable of building a serial software product is a huge USP, since that's a huge, much more effort than just building an MVP or a prototype. Going from a prototype to a software product is 95% of the effort, and where most companies fail. Our team can actually do that. We're also going to the market and selling Aperia licenses through sales partners. We already have 5 sales partners globally, and thereby already cover 4 of the 5 biggest markets in market research. We are very proud of having a world-class advisory board. Ismail Malik, he's in the top 100 most influential people in the blockchain space and very selective with his projects. Daciana Sârbu, as mentioned, elected member of the European Parliament. Dr. Remlinger, high-level executive at Audi, helping us with our strategy. And Sam Lee, Director of Research at Strategic Coin, an independent due diligence company that did a very intense audit on our company, and after being satisfied, he decided to enter our advisory board. This is our future development roadmap. I'm not going to look at every point in detail. Just very important to know that this development roadmap is strongly synchronized with our actual customers to make sure that we are developing the right features at the right time to offer them the perfect functions to better understand the needs and requirements of their customers. This is our global expansion plan. Our go-to-market strategy is as shown through sales partners, and we are approaching the top 50 markets in market and consumer research top down, starting with the biggest ones and then moving to smaller markets. This allows us to scale pretty fast so that we can reach our goal of more than 20,000 customers and our goal of 500 million consumers on our platform. One thing we are very proud of is that we did a due diligence audit with a New York-based independent due diligence company called Strategic Coin. This was a very intense 6-week due diligence audit, and they actually looked at our company in great detail and completely took us apart. They looked at our financials, they reviewed our product source code, they interviewed our existing customers, they interviewed our advisors, they did a background check of the whole team to make sure that we have the necessary skills to execute. They analyzed the market, our white paper, our strategy and our vision to make sure that we are on the right path. And they've been pretty convinced and positively surprised by what they found. Sam Lee was responsible for the due diligence audit, and he provided us with a very encouraging quote. Plus, Strategic Coin ranked us in the top 1% of all tokens, what is extremely encouraging for us. We've also been featured at NASDAQ. I did an interview there with Wall Street Capital CEO Douglas Anderson, which was also giving us a very encouraging quote after analyzing our company.
Yeah, there's something interesting on your pamphlet here. Personal data is the oil of the 21st century. I mean, that's an amazing way to think about our data and how it's being used globally.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. These crypto offerings seem to stretch out to the new marketplace, and this is certainly a shining example of that. What's also great about this company is, crypto is not magic. You have to have fundamentals as well, and they have the fundamentals. They've got very serious clients, they're making money, and they're managed very well. So it's not only innovative, but it's also got basic fundamentals that you need for successful business.
So you mentioned it.
So, let me quickly wrap up and make a conclusion of what I was talking about. So, very important, the data brokerage and personal data market is an existing, growing 250 billion USD per year business, and personal data is the oil of the 21st century. What separates us strongly is that we do have a working product, we have customers, and it's a profitable $1 million business. And we are making sure that we also keep our USPs in the future by having strong patents which are protecting our core technology. Plus, and this is something we're very proud of, we are supported by the European Union, and also our Fortune 500 customers are strongly supporting us in our vision and our future strategy. I think it's important that we have an experienced team. We have shown that we are capable of building a serious software product. Plus, we are also supported by world-class advisors that help us in accelerating and moving forward our project. Plus, we made sure that everything is very solid by doing a proper due diligence audit. Plus, we received top ratings by rating agencies globally. So I strongly believe that Operia NP Data Token is actually creating a win-win situation for everyone, for consumers, for customers, and for investors. Thank you very much.